That's my goal. That was my goal. I would like to sell this product at a cheaper price than the fake product. So when I negotiated price with the factory and when I negotiated with the developers, they just kept talking about their endeavors and contributions. So they didn't want to lower the price. In that case, I needed to be like act unsophisticated. I'd like to say, why is it so expensive? It's just the extract of the roots. But how come it could be so much expensive? And they said that no, it's not a simple root. It has a lot of urban ingredients and it has really good ingredient in it. Okay, you mean that it has a lot of herbal product like herbal roots such as the angelica and peony and so on. As like if you are a farmer, you might know that it's much easier to grow this kind of herbal plants. And then in order to plant that one, so the price of the HemoHIM is that much expensive because of the development fee and the labor cost and so on. So the ingredient itself, is not that much expensive because planting that herbal roots is so it's much easier than planting the other ingredients. So if we just plant it and leave it there for 2 years, it might grow, and we could plant it and we can make it into an ingredient. So I knew that process, and I understood that the process of planting the plant itself is not that much difficult. So also in the factory there are a lot of automation processes, and we only need one person to make 1 ton of the manufacture. And if we make that factory automated, we could reduce the labor cost. I knew that. I knew how I could cut the cost. And then they also complained that it has really complicated system and the design, so it has no choice but to be expensive. So when I visited there, I said, I know what's in it, and I know the design of it inside the inner part of it, and I started to draw it in front of them, because when I was a car components salesman, I also did a work at the factory of the cosmetic company. So I knew the design and the inner part of the component and a lot of the tank and containers. So I knew the inner design, inner part of the container in the factory, and I started to explain that, you know, that there are impeller or the high-speed spray, and I started to use some difficult words in front of them, and because most of the normal people, like ordinary people, might not get that term. But that researcher in the company said, "Oh, how come you know that? Wow, you know much of that, much of this factory." So this is how I could cut the cost of our product. I was the representative of the all consumers, and as a representative, I went there and I negotiated the price, and I talked about the technical part, and I talked about the quality part, and then I could provide this product at this price. So since Atomy is a group of consumers, I could do that. Let's say that if the sales of HemoHIM is about 500 boxes, you need to pay 770,000 Korean won per box. But now we could purchase it at 88,000 per box, and it's kind of like a 10% cheaper. It was all possible because I negotiated a price that I said that if we could sell 100,000 boxes a year, could you please lower the price? And I made it. Last year we sold 1.5 million boxes of HemoHIM.